11D is very similar to what we had in 11C. It's just that we have different multiplicities that are arising in this problem. One of the things I want to pay attention to in particular is the fact that we have degrees, and I want to know what my overall degree is. This is a first degree, third degree, second degree, so the total degree is, this will be a 1, 4, 6. This will be a 6th degree polynomial if we factor out its, or if we distribute out the whole system. So we got a third degree, second degree times a first degree, a 6th degree polynomial. What that tells me is I have some type of a U shape, and because it's a positive, all of these x's are positive, I'll have a positive leading coefficient, which means it will open upward. So I got a couple things established in my mind, the overall shape and also the end behavior. So now let's take a look at some other things that we know. Since this is a power of 1, it has to look like a linear or a line as it crosses. That's a little too fat to read. This one that has a third degree power has to look like a cubic. So as it crosses through the 0, it must look like a cubic. On the linear, it's just going to cross. And on this one, since it's raised to second power, since it's a quartic, or quadratic, I'm sorry, it'll look like a U. So those are some ideas I'm going to use. So okay, let's clear the board here for a second. I know it's a 6th degree polynomial, even end behavior, and it's going to cross at positive 4, positive 2, and negative 3. When I say cross, it's either crossing or it's going to be tangent to. So I'm going to put on my graph 4, 2, negative 3. Use the ideas that we had before, that we had a 6th degree polynomial, so it's going to be coming from a high point, ending on a high point. At this 3, or at the negative 3, it has a power, a multiplicity of 2, so that means it's going to come down and be tangent to and look like a parabola at that point. The next place that our graph crosses or touches the x-axis is at 2, and at 2 it has a multiplicity of 3, so I know it has to have that S shape going through at 2, so it's got to come and approach the 2, flatten and cross. So that's, I'm over exaggerating probably the flattening and crossing here, but that gives me the S shape at the 2. And since the 4 is of the first power, it has to simply turn around and come back and cross through like a line and end high. So that is what this graph tends to look like. We're not really concerned about these two things and how high and how low they go. I don't care how low this goes or how high that goes. I want to know the behavior by the zeros, the end behavior. Those are the two biggest parts of that problem I'm really looking for.